Hello and welcome to the Overland Legend with me, Alan. For the last 6 years, I've been restoring this 1955 Series 1 107. I am so close to finishing, but still have a few very important bits and pieces to finish, like the hooter and the wiper motors. I've been diligently collecting all these bits and pieces for the last few months, including the door top windows, and are now ready to fit them all. But once again, there were some surprises waiting for me. I'd restored the vent levers, but one of them was missing a 1/4 inch tubular rivet. I tried for ages to find some, but had no luck. Emberton Imperial in the UK normally supplies them, but they were out of stock. So in the end I had to make a plan by using a 6mm aluminium rivet. Next up was finishing off the tailgate. I'd modified this bottom bracket for the tailgate, and so it had to be galvanized again. Then I could rivet it back on using the solid aircraft rivets and the pneumatic hammer. The tailgate chains at the back also had to be refitted after having the brackets galvanized and the chain electroplated. And that meant that the tailgate was now completely finished. There was one last thing to finish off on the back, and that was painting the rear badge and fitting it to the body. These little jobs that finally finish something off are hugely rewarding. Somehow I'd lost the original screw fitting for the spare wheel. It was there before I sent the stuff for galvanizing, but afterwards it was nowhere to be found. So I think, unfortunately, I didn't check when I got it back from galvanizing and it went missing. So I had to make another one out of 10mm rod. And then I fitted the spare wheel in the back. I already had the air hammer out, and so I carried on fitting the two body panels to the door tops. It was very nerve-wracking doing this, as I'm no expert with this hammer. Just a small mishap and you can easily bend and damage a body panel. So I did have a mishap or two, but I guess that's part of the process, and I'll probably be the only one who notices anyway. The next job I had been looking forward to for ages. I have a mystery part here which is like hen's teeth, but luckily enough I've actually found one now thanks to my friend Graham in Zim. He sent me this very nice hooter arm, which is perfect. So I just need to clean it up and paint it, and then I can fit it. These things are scarce as all hell. So yeah, thank you so much. Thanks, Graham, really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm excited to get this thing sorted out. So I think let's just do that today and get this thing going, and I can fit the hooter. Getting the rusted bolt off proved to be a real problem, and despite my careful efforts, I still managed to break the captive bolt. But it wasn't the crisis in the end, as it was easy enough to weld in a new one. After a quick clean and paint strip, I had it painted again and looking as good as new. Okay, so I finished refurbing this hooter arm now. Looks quite nice. Cleaned it up, took all the paint off. Had a bit of a problem getting this nut off, and actually it was so rusted that it broke off in the end, so I had to put another one on, but that's fine. So now I've got a new bolt on here, so that's fine. That all looks good. Now I can put it together. After fitting it and testing it, it was perfect. Thanks a lot, Graham. You really helped me out here. Another job I had been looking forward to was the wiper motors. I had found one in amongst our series spares and had bought a partly repaired one online a few months ago. Once again, Graham helped me out with some missing bits and pieces, and I had bought the necessary remanufactured seals and the electrical connections from Resto Time in the UK. Repairing these is fairly simple. There are two sections on it. One side is the motor and the other side is the gearbox. The main problem is that the old clay-based grease goes hard and clogs up the gears. Then if you try and run the motor, it burns out because the gears can't turn. So you need to get the gears loose. I soak the gears in paraffin and then carefully work them loose before removing and cleaning them properly. I greased everything and reassembled it, and it worked perfectly. The other motor that I had was already reconditioned, but was still missing a few bits and pieces. But it was still working fine when I tested it. I cleaned up the aluminium side of the body and had the steel gearbox covers electroplated to silver, and then reassembled everything again. So today I was going to fit these door tops. I wanted to finish them off and put the glass in, and I'd actually organized the glass ages ago from let's say a well-known Land Rover restorer. They were getting some glass made anyway, so I got some glass. So I asked them just to make me the panels as well, the glass panels, which I got, and they, dimension wise, they're fine, but the problem is that this is 6mm glass, or 6.4 millimeters, and I need 4 millimeters. So this is not going to work, and now I haven't been able to finish this. So I've actually now ordered the 4mm glass, toughened glass. This is laminated, which is also fine, but it's too thick. So I've gone for the toughened glass, and I'll get that in 2 weeks time. So for now I can't actually finish this weekend, which is a bit of a pity, but this glass, I can still use this as a spacer because it'll work out the same thickness once I put the sealing strip inside. So anyway, so I'll just do that in the meantime and prepare everything and get the holes lined up, because I need to drill some new holes and whatever, and then in 2 weeks time I can get the glass. So once again, just a fraction or a few millimeters makes a big difference, and you learn as you go along, but always check all those dimensions. So I couldn't finish everything off in the end. That left just two big things to finish: the door tops and the door rubbers. Just one more push and this Landy was going to be finished. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and please join me next time to see if I can finally get this finished off.